Welcome back. It's Thursday, February 23rd in the NBA. My four favorite picks are on the way. We don't have any plays to recap, but it feels good to be back. Hopefully you guys missed me because I certainly missed you guys as well. Now the first half of the NBA season up 57 units. Let's hopefully do even bigger the second half of the year, or at least make that number even bigger. Hopefully you guys enjoyed your time off to rest and relax. I know I did, but it's time to get back to it. I got a couple orders of business before we get into our favorite picks. And the first one, if you're on my Twitter, you know what it is. The 100K plaque is here. It came yesterday. This baby's a beauty. And I know it's shiny. Look, I can't do it without all of you guys that can watch these videos, like, subscribe, comment. We appreciate you guys. It'll go up in the background eventually. I need to get it framed as it doesn't really fit up on those shelves. But I appreciate you guys. I'm really, bottom of my heart, didn't know we'd ever get one of these, but certainly can't do it without everyone that watches these videos, clicks the like button, and that has subscribed. So if you are new, go down below, hit that subscribe button. We do these daily videos every single morning. And we have MLB on the way soon. Now, another order of business, the ladder challenge. I already received trillion comments about it. It will be back in less than 2 weeks. Don't worry about it. It will be back soon. Now we do have an exciting partnership, and that includes a free square just to kick off the start of the second half of the NBA season, and it's with No House Advantage. Now, if you have no idea what NHA is, I'll abbreviate it to, but No House Advantage, very similar to a PrizePicks, very similar to an Underdog Fantasy. We're also partners with, and very similar to them, we have a 100% deposit match if you sign up using our code COS, or the link at the top of the description. You get a 100% deposit match. So that's great in regards, but all the way up to $100. But they also have a free square for Mr. Morant just to score 1 point tonight. Yeah, he's going to do that. So if you want to sign up, take advantage of the free square, the deposit match as well. Make sure you use that top link in the description or use code COS. We'll use that Morant free square a little bit later on in this video with a 4-pick entry. So without further ado, though, let's hop into our favorite plays. This guy's probably not on the thumbnail, but he's probably going to be the MVP this year. It's Mr. Nikola Jokic, over 35.5 points plus rebounds, currently minus 104 on Caesars. Now, if this goes up to 36.5, full send it. Love that. If you want to just take an individual line, points is the way to go, as you'll see in my No House Advantage entry later on in this video. And if you want to take his 45.5 PRAs, I don't hate that. But look, I don't love his assists tonight, as the Cavaliers allow the fewest assists in the NBA, and the Nuggets are also missing Aaron Gordon, a guy that Nikola Jokic relies on for several assists per game. Now, let's talk about Jokic, though, against this Cleveland Cavaliers team, just in terms of assists, which I'm not counting on today. His last four against him, 10, 8, 3, and 10 assists. So when I looked at the lines this morning, you had PRAs at 45.5, and you had points plus rebounds at 35.5. Now I look at these two lines, there's a 10 difference, obviously. They are quick maths. But look, he's barely getting 10 assists against the Cavs, and without Aaron Gordon, don't love his chances to get those assists tonight and record a triple-double likely. Now, the Cavaliers are a team that are not afraid to play in one-on-one against Jokic, which is good for us because we look at a guy like Jokic, he can score against anyone in the league, and they're not going to double-team him, let him pick apart at their defense like that. And you look at the Nuggets without Aaron Gordon and Zeke Naji, two decent rebounders. Naji obviously coming off the bench, but Aaron Gordon a very legit rebounder in their starting lineup. Jamal Murray questionable here, and I imagine he plays, but look at Jokic's last 3 games against Cleveland, 43, 42, and 43 points plus rebounds. Been crushing this line against them, and Jokic over this line in 16 of his last 25 games when he's seen less than 12 assists. So like I said, I don't love his assist prop tonight. I don't see him dropping 15 assists against a very good Cavaliers defense. Instead, I think they make him beat them one-on-one. I think that's what the Cavaliers want to turn Jokic into, a guy that says, hey, Jokic, go out there, score 30 points. Beat us like that. Don't beat us with 15 assists. And I think they're perfectly capable of doing that. Now, we know Jared Allen, a very solid defender. This isn't a great matchup for Jokic, but we know Jokic can do it against any team. We've already seen him do it against this Cavaliers team before, and we've seen Jokic in his last 3 against this Cavaliers team, 15, 24, and 17 shots. Normally, the way Jokic doesn't hit this over is because he doesn't shoot a lot. We know Jokic a very efficient shooter, but when he's not shooting, it's obviously hard to score, and he's obviously probably facilitating, but we've seen them force him to shoot the basketball, and we've seen him hit this over pretty frequently. In fact, he's hit this over in 20 of his last 25 games with 15 or more field goal attempts. He's over his points line in 22 of those 25 games. So I think we see Jokic more aggressive in terms of shooting. Maybe he scores 20, 25, maybe 30 points, makes this a no sweat bet. But also, he's capable of going out there and grabbing 16, 20 rebounds on random occasions. This is a matchup they need him to grab rebounds. Obviously, Jared Allen going to be crashing the offensive boards. Evan Mobley, the same. So we're going to see a guy like Jokic have to crash the defensive glass, can grab those rebounds because Aaron Gordon's not out there to grab them, and Michael Porter Jr. not the best rebounder in the world. So I like Mr. Jokic, love him. He's probably the future 3-time reigning MVP. He's obviously as good as it gets. He's been really good this year. We'll take his over 35.5 points plus rebounds. Now let's keep it moving to my under of the day, and it's a guy I don't have a great track record with, but I'm going to trust that the second half of the year will be nicer to us. It's Mr. Jordan Clarkson. I like this under 24.5 points, minus 120 on FanDuel. If this drops to 23.5, take it there. I really think he stays under that line. If it goes to 22.5, I would not take that. I think 22.5 is probably a fair line, maybe 21.5 for him, but 24.5 just a little too high as him and the Jazz are at home facing the Thunder. Now, he got a high over-under in this game, and Clarkson's been pretty good for the Jazz. Arguably, not really arguably, he's been their second most reliable scorer behind Lowry Markkanen. But Lou Dort, here he comes, because Clarkson's going to get the worst matchup on the court for this Jazz team, as Lou Dort, one of the best defenders in the league, is going to be guarding him. The torture chamber, as they call him. But if you don't know who Dort is, he's arguably the best defender in the league, perimeter defender that is, and he's been really, really good. And his percentiles, I don't need to put him on the screen, but he's been really good. He's one of the best defenders in the league. He clamps up almost everyone. Unless you're like 6'10", he's probably not going to go out there and guard you. But even then, they're not afraid of putting him on tougher guys. And the only guy that we've really seen cook him recently was Brandon Ingram, who has about 5 or 6 inches on him. Clarkson is not that. Now we look at Clarkson. It's going to be tough to score 25 points against Lou Dort. And, well, Clarkson's going to shoot the ball enough that I'm not scared. Clarkson, I know he's going to go out there and shoot 15 to 20 times, but that doesn't necessarily correlate to points. And on the court, you're going to see Colin Sexton not on the court. He's actually out for the Jazz. And while you might see an uptick in shot attempts for Clarkson, he's also going to have to facilitate a lot for this offense. We saw Mike Conley obviously traded away, and they brought in Russell Westbrook, who was bought out, now signed with the Clippers. So we're going to see Clarkson basically have to run this offense, and while he's running the offense, he's going to have to facilitate for his teammates. So I don't see Clarkson have a ton of points, but maybe he sees maybe 10 plus assists wouldn't be crazy to expect. I know they have Talen Horton-Tucker coming off the bench. They're going to play their young guys because it's still a Jazz team competing for the playoffs, but still kind of looking and evaluating their roster for the future. They obviously have a ton of picks from that Rudy Gobert trade. And we look at Clarkson under this line at 18 of his last 25 games. He's under 24.5 points in 9 of 13 games with 20 or more field goal time. So if your argument is, well, he's going to have to shoot the ball a lot, he's still under in 9 of 13 when he shot 20 or more times, which isn't a guarantee tonight. I think Markkanen has the better matchup. Lou Dort, one of the better defenders in the league, can go out there and make life tough on Clarkson. I like Clarkson's under 24.5 points as my second play of the day. And just because, and I just want to put this out there, Clarkson has a great first half. Don't be surprised if he has a bad second half, or if he has a great terrible second half or first half. Don't be surprised if he has a bad second half. He's a guy that rarely has 2 consistent halves, so don't start counting your money if he only has 2 points in the first half, because I've seen him score 20 or more in the second half. So just saying, wait till the final buzzer sounds before you consider this a loss or a win either way. So finally, my second two favorite plays, my third and fourth favorite plays, a little rusty after not recording a video for a little bit. They're going to be in both the TNT games. We'll start with this first one, the Sixers versus Grizzlies. I like Desmond Bane over 28.5 points, rebounds, and assists. PRA is currently minus 125 on DraftKings. Now, if this goes up to 29.5, you can take that there. If you want to take his over in rebounds plus assists, don't hate that, or his over in points, I don't hate that either. Now, look, I think Bane has a big night, and we'll talk about why. Now, Bane and the Grizzlies, like I said, on the road facing the Sixers or on TNT. This is a 4-point spread, so I expect Bane to be out there a good amount. Now, you look at the Sixers, one of the few teams in the league that actually plays solid defense. They are a good defensive team led by DeAnthony Melton, their best perimeter defender. He's going to probably go out there and guard Ja Morant. Now, obviously, Ja Morant's going to go at the rim. Joel Embiid going to be down there to contest some shots. But, yeah, at the end of the day, I think Bane has a better matchup than Ja Morant today. And, obviously, Bane's lines are much lower than Ja Morant's. Now, Bane likely gets James Harden, maybe PJ Tucker. I don't think he gets Tobias Harris, but he always could. And at the end of the day, Bane, 42 PRAs the last time these two teams faced. And let's hope he can at least get us 30 to cash all of his lines. Now, Bane, largely, when we see him, he might start off slow, but he produces a lot with that second unit as Ja Morant's off the court during those times. So you'll see Bane probably start slow. So if you want a live bet, you can take his over after he starts off a little bit slow, because in the second and fourth quarter at the beginning of those, when he starts with the second unit, that's normally when he scores a lot of his points. And he's also not going to have to deal with Joel Embiid contesting him in the paint, as Joel Embiid does not play with the second unit much. In fact, he doesn't play the beginning of the second or the fourth quarter. And you look at Bane, should see 30 or more minutes. He's over this line in 16 of 21 games with 30 or more minutes this season. And they got no Steven Adams. He's still out. Luke Kennard is out, one of their new acquisitions. And Dylan Brooks, Jaren Jackson Jr., both guys capable of getting foul trouble. They're both going to guard James Harden and Joel Embiid. Yeah, that's how you get into foul trouble. Both those two guys could put you into foul trouble. This is a Grizzlies team that only is going to play 9 men, probably. So I think you'll see Desmond Bane have a pretty big night. We'll take his over 28.5 PRAs. He always plays better on the road. We're trusting you, Mr. Desmond Bane. And my fourth and final play of the day, before we get into the no house advantage entry, it's going to be the guy on the thumbnail. It's the king, LeBron James. I like his over 13.5 rebounds plus assists, minus 130 on DraftKings. You rarely see me play anything more juice than this, but it's about as juiced as I'd get. 14.5, you can play for 1 unit as well. If it somehow goes to 15.5, just stay away. Or if you want to pivot to his over 6.5 assists, I wouldn't call you crazy. And if you want a long shot, like Austin, want to throw a dart, Triple-double plus 1,700 on DraftKings. You can take that there if you want a long shot. Now, let's talk about LeBron James. This is why we're even saying a bet a triple-double, as he probably doesn't have a lot of those on the year, but he's back from injury. He's probable tonight, and they're going to be playing without Russell Westbrook, obviously traded to Utah, then now with the Clippers. So look at this. They only played one game with the starters, LeBron that is. He had 6 rebounds, 6 assists in 29 minutes. So that was one game with the new revamped roster. And post All-Star break, I think LeBron's going to be facilitating this offense a little bit more rather than scoring 30-plus points a night every given night. And we've seen LeBron, when he's been given the reins to the offense to kind of facilitate, he's one of the best guys in the NBA history. He's always the guy that can put up 7 and 7. That's 14 rebounds plus assists. And we know Westbrook, obviously gone. He was a great rebounder, always capable of getting 10 rebounds any given night. And also Westbrook is a guy that averaged 12, 14 assist chances with that second unit. But without that, they don't have those opportunities. And while D'Angelo Russell likely sucks up a couple of those, I mean, he's going to get his assists. He's not going to be a guy that gets a lot of rebounds. So I think LeBron will facilitate a lot with the second unit, but also grab a couple extra rebounds here. And we know D'Angelo Russell can facilitate, but also good shooter, better than Russell Westbrook. Not trying to add him, just facts. Malik Beasley, good catch and shoot guy, not a guy that facilitates a lot. You got Mo Bamba, good guy off the bench to knock down 3, shooting like 40% from 3. And Jared Vanderbilt, not a great 3-point shooter, but a great cutter to the rim. That's what he's known for. So we see LeBron out there, and Anthony Davis obviously going to get his own assists. You can see LeBron passing to AD. AD can obviously lay it in against his Warriors team with a high over-under. But regardless of AD being out there, and LeBron's going to be out there with all these guys that are primarily knockdown shooters, not guys that are going to necessarily take the ball out of LeBron's hands. So I think we're going to see LeBron facilitate a lot for this team, so it wouldn't surprise me if we see him get 10 assists tonight, but also he can grab 10 rebounds as well, and he's played well against Golden State. The last 5 games against them, we've seen him have 21, 16, 23, 13, and 23 rebounds plus assists, having a triple-double in there. His only miss came in a game he had ended on the hook, and he had 56 points in that game. I don't anticipate LeBron scoring 56 tonight, so I think LeBron plays close to 35 minutes, notoriously a guy that plays with the second and fourth quarter units, which are normally without Anthony Davis, and was normally with Russell Westbrook. But now Russell Westbrook's out of here. I think LeBron has a good chance of getting 10 rebounds or 10 assists, maybe even both tonight, get a triple-double. I know it's a tad juiced, but I really like it. Over 13.5 rebounds plus assists on TNT to take us home. LeBron, we're counting on you. We'll take us over 13.5 rebounds plus assists as my 4th and final play of the day. So let's go 4-0, but let's also go 4-0 on this No House Advantage entry. As I've talked about before, No House Advantage, very similar to PrizePicks and Underdog Fantasy. If you sign up, be sure to use code COS or the link at the top of the description. You get a 100% deposit match, and it's free money. Take advantage of it. We're doing these 4 legs. It's what, $15 is the max you can bet on the John Morant free square, but it pays out $165. I'll take my chances on it. Heck, if you just want to put $15 onto No House Advantage, ride with it, maybe have some extra money at the end of the day, or you lose 15, cool with me. Now, John Morant over 0.5 points first leg. Yeah, he's going to get that. Nikola Jokic over 23.5 points. Pretty confident Nikola Jokic can get that as well. They don't have a points plus rebounds line for him, but I think Jokic can get us 24 points, or maybe even 30 tonight. Desmond Bane over 20.5 points. Like I said, if you don't have PRAs, points is probably the way to go. I think Desmond Bane can easily get us 21, maybe even 25 points tonight. And then Jordan Clarkson under 24.5 points. So all 4 legs, all 4 things we've already talked about before on the channel, besides John Morant, and he's going to get us at least 1 point tonight. So like I said, $15 to pay out, 165. Sure, I'll sprinkle on it. Like I said, No House Advantage, I appreciate you guys for becoming a new sponsor. And if you want to sign up using our code as the ring goes off in my background, you want to sign up using code COS or the link down below, you get a 100% deposit match up to $100. Again, shout out to No House Advantage, one of our new sponsors. We'll still have plenty of Underdog and PrizePicks entries throughout the rest of the NBA season. Just another thing out there, if there's one thing about No House Advantage that I do like, very slow to move lines. I know things like PrizePicks, Underdog, even the regular sports books move lines very quickly. No House Advantage is normally pretty slow. So definitely we'll take advantage of them being a little bit slow to our advantage. So no pun intended. Appreciate you guys as always. Thank you guys again for tuning in on this Thursday afternoon, evening, morning. I don't care when you are. I appreciate you guys again. Thank you for this puppy. Hopefully we don't lose ever again. Hopefully we go 4-0 tonight. I'll see you guys back again tomorrow morning to recap and, of course, give out some more plays. Let's have a great day. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.